Everyone is interested in who killed Charlie Kirk. That is not a question that belongs in the hands of a select few or in quiet press releases that nobody ends up reading. This is a human life we're talking about. He was a public figure, sure, but he was also a friend, a colleague, someone who had people relying on him and looking up to him. The fact that Turning Point USA confirmed that he received messages putting pressure on him about his stance on Israel just 2 days before his death adds another layer of urgency. This isn't some distant political argument or a debate you read about in the news. This is real life and it's real people, and it directly affected someone we knew and cared about. It is a sequence of events that could very well point to a motive, to influence, and yet somehow people are treating it like it doesn't matter, like the public doesn't need to know the details, and like the story can be quietly swept under a rug. And the biggest issue here is that Candace Owens has been raising questions about the FBI suppressing video evidence that connects a woman to Tyler Robinson. She's asking for transparency, for accountability, for a thorough investigation that does not leave critical pieces of evidence hidden. That's not conspiracy thinking. That's like a basic instinct anyone would have if their friend was killed under suspicious circumstances. Like, would you just trust the feds to tell you it's over, move on? Or would you demand to see everything, to understand how it happened, and to make sure that whoever is responsible is actually held accountable? That's common sense. And yet, somehow, questioning this narrative has somewhat become controversial. People need to recognize that when there are people from an organization like Turning Point USA sharing certain facts, when public figures like Candace Owens who amplify these concerns, it's a demand for truth in a situation that has real consequences. To treat the assassination of a young political activist as a low priority story is to deny the very human need for justice, to normalize silence around violence, and to let fear dictate which narratives are allowed to be explored. The public has a right to know. Every shred of evidence, every connection, every timeline actually matters. Ignoring it is not just negligent, but it is morally indefensible. If your friend was murdered, would you let anyone tell you to calm down and move on, or would you actually want the answers? That is the question we should all be asking.